How to create super colourful images in Affinity Photo using gradients and pattern layers. First thing to do, create some pattern layers. So go to Layer and New Pattern Layer. Now this is on PC and Mac, and by default it goes to 32 and 32, which I think is quite small. So I'm just going to go for 300 and 300. Now the document's 1920 by 1080. You can of course use any size of document, and click OK, and you've got your pattern layer. So as soon as you've got nothing in it at the moment, so you can resize it, move it around, all those sort of things. Pattern layer, but it's empty. Go to the gradient tool. You can find that in the tools panel. Go there to gradient and just simply apply it. Now you could set it to linear first. Doesn't really particularly matter. I'm just going to move the origin point, change around. Now I'm going to make this coloured later. I'm going to change the colours. I'm going to go, it's not going to be just white and grey. But I just wanted to create this pattern design initially, just so you can see it. Another thing that's quite key, just go up here to the move tool and go up to mirror. Just set that to mirror there. So you can see you've got a lovely seamless design there. And you can resize it, continue to do that. Pattern layer, you can duplicate it. So go to layer and duplicate linked. And the linked means that the actual details of the pattern, the pixels, are absolutely the same in all of the layers. However, you can transform it, move it, rotate it, etc. And that can be changed. So that makes it super useful, especially combined with blending modes. So let's just duplicate linked, and you can see now I can move around. I can't see the underlying layer at the moment. I'm just going to change that in a few seconds. But I'm going to create another one. So layer and duplicate linked. And again, I can move that around. I can rotate it. All those sort of things. And again, you still can't see the underlying layer. But now if I go over here to the blend modes, I can just say, well, you know what, I'll go with darken or lighten. And you can just run through them. You can always vary it later as well. You'll change your mind. So yeah, linear burn. I'm just going to go with that one, as good as any. And I can still continue to move that around. Now if I go to this one, it's linear burn as well. Linear burn. They're all linear burns because they're linked. That is a feature. Now if you want to remove that and have separate things, you can go to the view menu, studio and links. So there's an option there, view, studio and links, and you can remove that sort of connection. What you can do now, I can change this gradient. I just wanted to show you there is a gradient first. So now I can go over this gradient. It always defaults unfortunately back to the grayscale one, so that's just the way it works. So just go to that one on the top, doesn't matter which one you select, and just apply it. And you can see what happens then. It just applies like that. And that will be applied to all of the layers. I could have 10 layers, of course. So you can see the design there. And you can change it to elliptical, radial, up to you, what you want to go with. Now, once you've done that, click here. And then you can change the stops. You've got a white stop there, a black stop. And you can click just anywhere along that line. That's the key thing. Just go on there and just click on that. And then you can change the colour. Let's just go for red. Maybe click there and go for blue. Then click there. And of course you can create all kinds of different gradients. You could also have, of course, a selection of swatches where you'd have a gradient there. And you can change it to, say, yellow. Maybe go another one. Let's just go for another one. And blue there, darker blue. So right, I've got that design. Now, what I can now do, I've got that, and that gradient is on all of the layers. All of the layers have got this gradient, exactly the same. And what I can do, I can actually, so if I click there, you could see it. So I'm just going to deselect that. Oh, because of the linear burn, you can't see it. But it is actually that, exactly the same gradient. Now I can also change it, so I can go here and say lighten instead, or screen. I can run through those. Now I'm not going to change the gradient anymore, but what I can do, I can change the position of this, and I can resize it. And again, change this, so I'll maybe go for difference. So you can move that around, and you can go to the other one. Let's just go to that one, and then just resize that, rotate it, and so on. And you can see as you change it, you'll get all kinds of different colourful designs. And again, if you decide, you know what, I don't want that gradient, you have to go back right to the start. So again, you can do it, just apply it. just simply add that gradient and you see it's grayscale. Always goes back to grayscale. You can always, again, very quickly select that one, click there, and maybe add some additional colour. Say reds. Maybe if it lets you, because sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes that panel will close very rapidly. And you can see the design there. And again, go back and you can just simply continue to move this design, resize, rotate, and you can literally have thousands of different colour combinations. And of course, if you create multiple, you can always go and create another layer. And that will also be linked. So let's just go layer, duplicate linked. So you can add another one and you can see then the result of that. And that again can be resized, rotated, and much, much more. You can select them all. You can go and select them all and then go to layer and merge selected. However, I find that does crash. It does have a tendency to crash. So I would suggest probably best just to go and merge visible. Merge visible. It does mean, of course, you will lose the pattern aspect if you want to freeze it now. So if I just go merge visible, you end up with just this pixel layer and you can just clear all those and you've got that one layer completely finished. Well, hope you found this tutorial of interest. Thank you much.